Welcome to the Grosvenor and Charter Email Etiquette e-learning course. In business, we're bombarded with numerous tasks. Emails, although a useful way of conveying information, can also become a burden when the etiquette surrounding them is used incorrectly. A worldwide study showed that staff realise that a high proportion of their time is spent dealing with emails. Often the emails are not relevant to them and take us away from the important issues of dealing with our customers and our staff. Let's look at some of the pros and the cons of emails. Sending an email to someone is very easy. People need little training to learn how to do this. Emails are instantaneous. They're convenient and can be sent at any time from any device. You can, if you wish, request a receipt. You can request a receipt when someone has read the email. It's guaranteed. Once you send it, it's sent. Unlike a letter which could be lost. It's very convenient. It provides a trail and a record. It also allows you to send multiple copies of the same message to a numerous group of people. We've looked at the pros, now let's look at the cons. Emails allow people to over-communicate. Emails can be abused. Sending an email does not equate to effective and reasonable communication. It's not easily accessible for all. Language, tone and etiquette is vital and often misconstrued. It can be used, sometimes with intent, for negative communication. Often you get a delay in the response, and not every email you send gives a professional reflection of the company. Be original. Talk to your colleagues. Pick up the phone or use Teams. Your electronic or printed words are your words and they represent you and your personality, the same way as if you were representing yourself in person. Every email you send adds to or detracts from your reputation. The only difference is that your electronic printed words can easily be misinterpreted, and you may not have the opportunity to correct, or to justify or to explain yourself to your readers. Therefore, it is very important that we know and practice some of the following basic electronic email correspondence etiquette, because it is as important as developing other aspects of our professional personality. The subject heading is one of the most important elements of an email. You need to understand that the subject line in your email is the first aspect of the mail that the recipients will see and read. Therefore, it is very important to firstly have a subject line that is meaningful, relevant, concise, and catchy. As you can see from the cartoon down below, a PO number isn't that helpful, unless of course you work in finance. Now let's look at the you, the who, and the whom. Please make sure you know the difference between to, CC, and BCC, and make sure you put the right people in the right sections. In the to, only put the contacts of the persons in the to section whom your email and its contents are addressed to directly. In the CC box, put the contacts of the persons that you do not expect to respond or reply to the email, but need to be informed and in the loop. So a CC is about those who need to know, not those who need to react to your email. Also be careful who you CC in, as you can see from the cartoon. How many of us have done that before? A blind carbon copy, or a BCC, is usually used in group emails where you do not want to reveal the recipients of an email and don't want a responder to spam the entire group. Use BCC carefully in other contexts, as it could be considered unprincipled in some occasions. Again, be original, talk to your colleagues, pick up the phone or use Teams. It is far better to talk to each other, as that two-way communication enhances understanding. Addressing an email. If the email is a question, do not send it to multiple people, or you will get numerous responses. If you do, it means multiple people have spent time sending you the same response. This is a waste of their time. And now for the most abused email icon, the reply all. Just because a number of people were on the original mail, it doesn't mean you need to reply to all of them. For example, you may wish to say thank you to the originator. Not everyone on the mail needs to see this. It's between you and them. So just hit reply. That will cut down on a substantial number of emails. I'd now like to pass over to my friend, John, who will explain his frustration with reply all.
People are very concerned about cybersecurity and hacking right now, but to me, the single biggest threat to our digital lives is the reply all button. You know, that thing that turns a simple office memo into an endless stream of useless information and one-upmanship. We need to establish some clear rules for when it's okay to hit reply all. For instance, if the all-staff email is asking a simple question, there's no need to reply all with, I don't know. Because not replying at all implies that you don't know. And Gina, when you replied, that's the way we did it on the McAllister project and it seemed to work well, we all know that you're just humble bragging and trying to remind everybody that it was in fact you who led that project. We see right through you, Gina. If the email is congratulating someone on a promotion, congratulations, Jim. That's a reply, but it's not a reply all.
Now you understand the reply all, you can see that little devil sitting on your shoulder saying press it. If that happens, knock him off your shoulder and just hit reply. Now let's look at the content. Be brief, be concise. Where possible, do not mention people's names when emailing unless it's essential to do so. Any email with a person's name in it can be subject to a data access request. If you don't want it disclosed in a tribunal or a court, don't say it in an email. Keep them anonymous or refer to it as a title or a position. Consider GDPR when writing emails. Again, be original. Talk to your colleagues. Pick up the phone or use Teams. To enhance understanding, talk to each other. Emails can be interpreted by the receiver in different ways. Don't use capitals throughout your sentences or with certain words. It denotes you're shouting. Some people will take offence. I'll hand over to Josh and Sally, who will explain this.
Hey Beth, did you see all the submissions we got today?
OMG, I know!
Easy on the all caps.
Sorry.
It's okay. Semicolon, close parenthesis.
Check the addressees on your email before you send it. It could end up with the wrong person. That can always be embarrassing.
Hey, what's this poker game I hear about this weekend?
Who's that guy?
You mean to bring anything, or...?
I meant to invite a different David. Rain check?
Make sure that you have an email signature. It will promote the business on every one of your emails. Help us to get more customers. Make it easier to contact you as your telephone number and contact details are on the bottom of the mail. You'll get more fans from this. The big players all do it. It helps us to look professional. And now for the out of office. This makes your job easier. It's convenient. It lets people know you're not available. It's professional. But you must remember to turn it off when you get back to work.
Towner, you going to that all-day meeting tomorrow?
I'll be on vacation from Tuesday, June 27th until 2 days ago.
Your auto response is still on.
I'll be on vacation from Tuesday, June 27th until 2 days ago.
And now let's talk about closing the email. Always end your formal or official emails with a polite, professional and friendly closing remark. Like a formal business letter, which is reconfirmation of your professionalism and emailing etiquette, and help your emails not look demanding and terse. Some good examples are best regards, best wishes, sincerely, thank you, respectfully. And lastly, never prefer and or use emails as an excuse to avoid personal contact. Be aware of cultural differences and sensitivities, especially if you're emailing people from other cultures or countries. Remember that emails are not always the most private medium of communication, therefore maintain privacy and be careful about sharing private and or confidential company info by emails, especially to large mailing groups. Restrain from abruption, anger and getting emotional on a mail. It's always a good idea to sleep on an abrupt, angry and emotional email. It's always a good idea to use a polite and professional language in all your emails, even personal, for the sake of keeping a good written record. Be warned that emails as a written legal evidence can be used against you and can put you into trouble. Avoid your emails being mistaken for spam by restraining from using all caps, all lowercases, URLs, links and or generic keywords. Do not forward emails with a confidential and or private note until you are allowed to do so. Last but not least, remember, be original. Pick up the phone. Use Microsoft Teams. Talk to your colleagues. By talking to each other, you have mutual understanding. Emails can often be misinterpreted. Hopefully this will help you in your use of emails, and I'd like to thank you for your time.